end zone, off the Bears. Ben Johnson said, no, we had it all the way. Final, Chicago 31, Green Bay 27. Afterwards, in a game that they trailed by 21-3 at the half, our Kimberly Martin caught up with DJ Moore, who caught the winner.
Always crazy nail biters like this.
Oh my gosh, because we never give up, they never give up, and it all goes down in the last 2 minutes of the game, and somehow we always find a way. He was right on track, never wavered. He was dialed in and ready to go. When it's, the lights shine bright, he's the brightest one, so he's going to get us there.
I mean, where do we begin? Well, if we begin at halftime, the game was over.
Yeah.
It was almost 24-3. What is it about these Chicago Bears? This is year 2. Caleb, we understand Ben Johnson, first-year coach to the number 2 seed. They're going to have another home game. This looked like too high a mountain to climb, yet they did it.
No doubt, Boom. And I think the game was won and lost at the beginning of the second half. Packers have a huge lead. Packers get ball to start second half. They punted the ball 4 straight possessions. Where was the offense from Matt LaFleur? He's going to have to answer for that. This high-powered offense in the first half just went away, and that allowed the Bears to come back. The Bears got more aggressive. Caleb Williams pushing the football down the field. And in an era where every team is looking for a number 1 receiver, the Bears have one. He's just called a tight end. Colston Loveland, the rookie, was absolutely outstanding. Boom. 8 catches, 137 yards. He was unreal. 17 yards a catch from a tight end. They had no answer for the tight end, Caleb Williams and Colston Loveland. That connection, especially in the second half, was outstanding.
Well, and you know, neither team ran the ball. I mean, now I'm getting deeper into the game. Neither team ran it the way we thought, or they kind of expected to run it, especially if you remember how the Packers gave up all the rushing yards to the Baltimore Ravens and Henry. I understand that. But yet, here they are gambling on all the 4th downs, and at one point they were 1 for 5 through like late third quarter. Yet there's no cue in quit. They have it. That's what the Chicago Bears have done 5 times, fourth quarter comebacks to win games.
Well, and you would love for this team to start playing, to your point, in the first half. It's almost as if they get backed into a corner and they say, you know what, there's nowhere else to go. And then the coaching staff becomes more aggressive. The play caller becomes more aggressive. Caleb Williams starts to become more aggressive. And make no mistake about it, Ben Johnson wants to run the football with Monangai and Swift. The Packers shut the run down, and they put it all on Caleb Williams, Boom. And the throw he made on 4th down, he rolled to his left and threw it over the shoulder to the tight end. There's only 2 players in football that can make that play, only 2. Patrick Mahomes and Caleb Williams, because only those 2 have the arm strength and the horsepower and the body control to make that throw. He's a special player. He's not a finished product, but he is a very, very special player. And what he did in the second half in a playoff game at Soldier Field is going to go down in playoff lore for the Bears.
Against the Green Bay Packers,
That's
who
right.
have owned them.
Yes.
I mean, we know what it was with, well, it's not a rivalry until we start keeping our part. Well, the Chicago Bears have done it twice at Soldier Field to the Green Bay Packers. By the way, that throw, even if as I was doing the highlight, I thought I hurt my shoulder just watching that. Look, the Packers, because they were so under control offensively. Love looked so good in the pocket. Chicago really got no pass rush. They just knew, but they didn't. Where was it? They really just needed, who knew they needed a touchdown or 10 points, but where was it? And where was the urgency?
When you're up 21-6 in the 4th quarter, you're supposed to be to put the game away. They got Josh Jacobs. They couldn't run the football.
I know.
And when you have a lead and you can't run the football, here's what you're doing. You're giving the other team more possessions, because if they continue to get you out on 3rd down, there's no time going off the clock. With incomplete passes, there's no time off the clock. And so they can't run the ball. That continued to happen. They gave Chicago more opportunities. And Caleb Williams got in the rhythm. And once the door opened and the chickens came out the coop, boom, there was no putting them back in. They were running wild in there. I think if you're Matt LaFleur, they're going to have to answer for the second half. They did an outstanding job of building the lead. But there's no way you can have an offense that goes punt, 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 punt to start the second half. Where's the run game? They averaged 0.9 yards of play in the first 4 drives.
And there you go.
That was the ball game.
0.9 yards?
0.9 yards
That's
of
an
play.
equipment man tripping over a trunk.
Exactly.
0.9 yards, okay?
0.9 yards.
That's hard to do.
That's very hard.
After they had their way. He looked weird, game balls, everything. And he stands so upright, Jordan Love, and each receiver making catches.
Everybody,
I know Dobbs had the biggest game. It's not like they – that's why they play 60 minutes. I mean, this is a rough, short ride back up the road to Wisconsin.
This is one of those games in an era where we've had 7 coaching changes already. Matt LaFleur and his staff is going to have to answer for this one because he's been given a lot. And I get it. Michael Parsons got hurt this year. I truly understand that. But when you put your team in that position and you've been given the resources, the quarterback and all those things, there's going to be some changes in. I'm not saying the head coach is gone, but there's got to be some changes in Green Bay with how they run their program. They got too many good players. They got too many good guys on defense, too many good guys on offense. They got a lead running back in Josh Jacobs for them to go cold in the second half, having a 21-6 lead.
So for the Chicago Bears, who a long time ago started 0-2.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's just 2 games, but summer didn't go well. Okay, this is going to take a while. This has been one of the most cardiac seasons ever authored, not only certainly by the Bears, but by any team. And it's Chicago. And we have the most storied 213 games, okay?
Yeah.
They caught up one. Now it's 109-98 and 6 in favor of Green Bay if you're scoring at home. So the Bears will have yet another home game in the playoffs. We don't know who that's going to be yet. Obviously, NFC, another game tomorrow with San Francisco and Philadelphia. And they're 2 games away from the Super Bowl, and they're doing it all. Nobody has any fingernails left in Chicago.
No, they can't. Nobody. They bite them all off in the fourth quarter.
I'll tell you what, the first game was pretty good too, okay? And nobody thought that would be pretty good. So, the Rams, yes, they lost a few weeks ago at Carolina, but there's the bang, keep pounding, Cam is back. They won the NFC title game there in 2015, and they're hoping that Bryce Young could do the same, but Matthew Stafford, probably MVP, had other ideas. Panthers, did we say it on 4th and 1? This was bizarre in your own territory. We hated it. We said you just gave them an easy touchdown, and you know what? They did. Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua. Remember, this was in their own territory that they ran for it out of the gates, the Panthers. And now, 1st and 10 from the 14. Stafford, Puka, 7-0, just like that.
Outstanding play call. Puka Nacua in the backfield comes out. Little angle route. Stafford hits him, touchdown.
Under 2 minutes to go, first quarter. Bryce Young looking for Jalen Coker. Ball deflected. Kobe Durant with the pick for the Rams. And so the Rams, remember they got all those turnovers from Stafford in the game. The Panthers won the first time. This time going to be a little different. The Rams are forcing him, and Stafford to Colby Parkinson. Remember that name. On 2nd and 2, a 15-yard gain. Now 3rd and 2. Stafford, Nacua, first down. And then Puka. The most catches, this goes as a run because it's a backward pass. Doesn't matter. It's 14-0 the Rams, and they're going to look like the team that we thought might be the Super Bowl favorite going into the playoffs, certainly a few weeks ago. Then Bryce Young to Teteroa McMillan, the rookie. Big game. A few plays later, 3rd and 3. Young looking for Xavier Legette. The flag is thrown. Good one.
And that was a great call. Durant didn't turn around. Little face guard in there. Boom. Anytime the DB doesn't turn around, they're going to call that flag.
So they look like they weren't going to score at all, but here's the flag. Next play, the Chuba missile crisis. Chuba Hubbard, touchdown, 14-7. Don't count the Panthers out.
Okay.
Panthers at home. We've said it all year.
All year.
Rams lead 17-7, under 2 minutes to go. Stafford, Tyler Eleanor Higbee, but on 4th and 3, incomplete. Rams turn it over. Buck 3 to go in the half. Bryce to Coker, but a flag is thrown again. Quentin Lake just back off the injury list.
A little ticky-tack on that one.
Young to Coker. Oh, look at the young man from Holy Cross. He's a Crusader. 37 yards. Home games at Fitton Field in Westcott. 3rd and 10 for the Rams. 16. Young. I'll take it myself. We got a ball game at halftime, 17-14.
And Bryce Young using his legs, the athleticism, keeping the Panthers in the game.
Then Stafford looking for you see this once in a blue moon, right? Oh, no, not that one. I'm talking about the next one. Stafford holding his hand after the play.
Yeah, everybody in Los Angeles held their breath. Finger hit player.
Well, he looked good here, and maybe Puka, maybe his finger was hurting. You don't ever see that, right?
That's a bad drop.
He was feeling bad for the quarterback. And so that could have been a 10-point game at the half. Coach Callahan said, you know what? Coach Callahan. Coach Canales. So the Panthers down by 3 at the half. Now Stafford, Devontae Adams doesn't make the catch, but Nick Scott fled.
Yeah, and this was the right call. Defenseless player, you got to give him an opportunity to come down and protect himself. Glad to see Devontae get up and come back in the game.
That hurt. That was rough. He did come back. He's had a great season. 14 touchdowns, most receiving of anybody in football. Stafford down, but Mike Jackson played a big game at corner, able to read Stafford. There's a pick.
Carolina has a really good pair of corners. Horn, Mike Jackson did an outstanding job all day making life tough for Adams and Puka Nakua.
So Mike Jackson with a thriller of an interception. Now the Panthers take over. Had to get it in. Young to Coker. He's a joker. He's a smoker. He's a midnight Coker. It's a 52-yard game. He gets his passes on the run. Steve Miller would want me to sing. Then the missile crisis. Hubbard in the end zone, 24-20. Panthers? They come all the way back. Stafford, Adams, 23 yards, early fourth. Rams moving. But, watch this play and remember it. Stafford looking for Nakua. Nick Scott's going to get the pick. Nakua playing defensive back.
Outstanding job of Puka playing DB. Boom. That was going to be an INT, but he went up and watch him hit the right arm, separated from ball, maybe the biggest play of the Rams season.
Because 4th and 1, same drive. Kyron Williams going to pick up the first down because they keep the ball. Drive alive, 9 to go. Kyron Williams makes the grab between defenders. Whee! The Rams are back up 27-24. My goodness. But no, the punt is blocked. Ethan Evans' punt is blocked. Rams special teams. Oh no, Isaiah Simmons blocks it. Carolina.
Special teams been an issue all year. They fired one coach, hired a new coordinator. Nothing changed. Blocked, and the Panthers are in business.
Now the Panthers take over from the blocked punt. Young, McMillan, getting toward the end zone. A few plays later. Check. Under 3. Young. Coker. He loves the peaches. He shakes his tree against the Rams. 31-27 Carolina.
Little corner route from the slot, boom, hard to defend.
So now the Rams, they're going to be eliminated at an 8-9 team. No, they're not. Stafford to Adams, then 2nd and 4. Matthew to Puka. Rams down the field. Minute to go. Stafford going out of field. Goes downfield. 38-second. Check. Who's open? My tight end, Colby Parkinson. What a play and what footwork for a touchdown.
Throw it high in the red zone. Big tight end goes up. What about the footwork? 2 feet in, ball crosses line, touchdown, Rams.
34-31, and now just 12 seconds to go. I mean, this would be a miracle. Mike and the mechanics weren't there. They couldn't sing it. Jimmy Horn, not a horn of plenty on that one. And so, what a valiant effort by Carolina, coming back, taking lead with Sean McVay and the Rams. They exhale. That started the plane going out of Charlotte. They needed that exhale. And so, the Rams win it 34-31. Going on, well, they're going to be on the road. They're happy to be going on. And the game-winning drive, Matthew Stafford said, this is what we did.
That's what you work for, right? Like, you do all these hours in your life of, a kid in the backyard throwing the ball around saying, okay, this is the situation, we got to make it happen. And then get to do it throughout my football career. And an opportunity like tonight, I walked behind Tay on the way out. Before that last drive, I forget what I said to him, but I was like, let's go snatch these guys. Let's go snatch this one back, man. Let's go. And, he was an integral part to that drive. Pook was. Colby or backs, everybody. So, I don't know. I love those situations. I live to do it. It's great to do it on the road, too. Quite a nice crowd today. So we'll take it.
Yeah, I think he said, "Let's go snatch these guys' hearts," and that was pretty cold. That was pretty cold. Just that, and I actually literally smiled at the moment because I thought that was like one of the most gangster things you could say in that moment, honestly. And to say that and the look on his face, and then throw the touchdown, and then the look on his face after that was just like envy.
There's such a mix of emotions in the locker room right now of guys who are proud of what we've accomplished and proud of what we've gotten to and sick about the missed opportunity that was right in front of us. And that's going to sting. That's going to sting for a good while. But I ask the guys to keep their heads up and let this fuel you for what we're going into and to understand how hard it is to work to get into this position where you get this kind of opportunity.
Well, they had an opportunity, even though the game started Matthew Stafford 8 for 8. They had a 14-0 lead. You saw it. Then all of a sudden, 4 of 19. What is the matter? Then you saw the fourth quarter, 12 of 15, 2 touchdowns, including the game winner. And you heard Devontae and you heard Matthew Stafford go, I live for these moments. And so the Rams, I don't know what they thought going in, although they lost here before, and they don't take any team for granted. But when they needed it the most, all of a sudden, there it was.
You saw the full Rams season in one game. We think the Rams are the best team in football, but we haven't seen them play a full game in a while. You saw them come out, start early, it's 14-0, and then there's a lull in there, and you're like, yeah, okay, well, how come